Hi Chris, how are you? Thanks for coming in today to talk to us. So I have a few questions here that I'd like to ask you now that you're the new president, upcoming president for 2013. So what is the agenda for the upcoming year as president?
There's a lot of stuff. One of the main things that we were looking at was, say, the issue of car parking around here. Now we also have, that's them covered. As it stands, you're paying, in September it's due to go up to €3 per day, so as it stands you're paying €15 a week for parking. So we were hoping to maybe do a deal where it's maybe a tenner a week or something like that, or just to kind of ease the pressure on students just with money in that. A few other bits we're looking at is our emergency fund. We currently have, I believe it's about 300,000 of a budget to give to students who are in dire financial difficulties. We hand that out then on a kind of a weekly basis. People apply for that. So we want to kind of have a little bit of an information day and make students more aware of that. A lot of people seek the assistance fund, but not many people are aware of the emergency fund, which is another totally separate thing. But it is great financial support for students who are struggling. So we'd like to get that out there a bit more.
There was a big mistake made with the grants this past year. And I'm sure a lot of students were coming up and looking for help from Neasa, who was this year's president. What can you do for students in the coming year, grant-wise, or how will you resolve those problems?
The thing with the SUSI grant issue is, I mean, because it's a new system, there was always going to be teething problems, and we experienced it this year. We didn't think it would be as bad as it was, but we're hoping next year it'll kind of settle down a bit. It's looking like it kind of has settled, but I imagine there still will be a lot of problems with it. One thing we do is, it's nearly impossible to get through to SUSI on the phone if you're ringing, but we have internal contacts that we get through to directly. So if a student has an issue with their grant, they can come up to us and we can prioritise their application to be reviewed by SUSI. So if someone is really struggling, they can come to us and we can have their application viewed in minutes and get it sorted. And the only problem is we can't publicise that too much, otherwise we'll have thousands of students up on top of us, and we're just not staffed for that. But it is something we do. If people are really stuck, we can get it kind of pushed through.
What makes you different to previous LIT-SU presidents?
I think everyone's different. I think everyone's very individual. I mean, a lot of presidents focus on different things. Our president this year, for example, focused on education and academic and the grants issue, whereas the president the previous year would have focused on more the entertainment side of things. Myself, I focus more on student welfare. So just from my background in the year before, and it's just what I have an interest in, I would focus more with students who come up and have problems. So say someone's struggling financially or mental health difficulties, they can come up and talk to us. So my focus is more on student welfare. So I'd roll out a lot of campaigns, like you have you've road safety, you've sexual health awareness week, you've just staying away from the entertainment side of it, like you'd have suicide awareness. We try and get information days on cancer screening, just things that make student health and student lifestyle a bit more, just a bit easier. So that's my main focus, whereas another president might focus on something totally different. Just everyone's we try and get a good broad scope anyway. I mean, we wouldn't have everyone up here focusing on the one thing. So in the union there's always a couple of people with different.
Thanks for coming in today to talk to us.
Thanks very much.